Alright. So, aside from having some difficulty trying to get the stream up and running, I've got a few stories I want to bring up. So, let's go ahead and shrink down here. Go here. Let's go to Cyberpunk 27. Cyberpunk 2077 delayed again. So, Cyberpunk 2077, the highly anticipated new role-playing game and the team behind The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, has been delayed again. It will now be released on December 10th. 3 weeks later than anticipated, the announcement was made Tuesday in a message from CD Projekt Red's Adam Badowski and Marcin Awinski on Twitter. Let's see the full thing. So, ready when it's done is not just a phrase we say because it sounds right, it's something we live by. Oh, you developers. That's the very same thing that the team behind Duke Nukem Forever said. And it took them 12 years to make it. Also, Cyberpunk 2077 has been in development since 2012. I actually remember seeing the early release concept art and stuff like that. So let's read through the article. CD Projekt Red has announced that Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed from September 19th to September 17th to November 19th. In a letter from CG Projekt Red, co-founder Marcin Awinski and head of studio Adam Badowski, they explained how ready when it's done. And it's not just a phrase when it sounds right, it's something we have to live by even though we'll take the heat for it. So let's go ahead and see what this has to say. We have decided to move the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 from September to November. I think it's now December from what I've heard. Those of you who are familiar with the way that we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done is not just a phrase we say, but it sounds right. It's something that we lived, even though we will take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware of making such a decision costs us our trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make. Again, going to Duke Nukem Forever, I kind of see this game becoming the next Duke Nukem Forever, even though that I hope not, because I've actually been excited for this game. At the start of writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished both content and gameplay-wise. The quest, cutscenes, skills, and items and the adventures Night City has to offer, blah, blah, blah. But with such an abundance of content and complex systems integrated with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time to do exactly just that. Well, I will say at least that they're not going to go with the Bethesda route and release a game like Fallout 76, where it was buggy. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game. We are eager and quite stressed to hear their opinions, as well as see your reactions when they publish their previews right after we air Night City Wire on the 24th of June. So, I'm not going to read any more of this. But, let's continue on with other stuff I wanted to do. Jorgenson cancelled. So, let's see, cancelled Twitter. Let's see. There was something about Joe Jorgenson getting canceled. The gist of it is that Joe Jorgenson apparently was calling for censorship, and she herself gets censored. I'm trying to look for the tweet about it. I think this might be it. But, yeah, it's not there. So, I guess you could say is that, the ones who call for censorship oftentimes also get censored, so that's something to live by, you know. You live by the censorship, you get censored. Anyways, let's shrink back down, go to the final part of our little stream. Japanese Murder HOrtnet nest. First murder hornet nest found in the United States, a key step to preventing spread. A small population of Asian giant hornets native to East Asia and Japan, where this photo was taken, has established itself in northwestern Washington state. The researchers are working hard to find and eliminate all their nests. Let's click on this. Holy crap. So basically, no, don't. So apparently, giant hornets are about the size of my thumb. So they are pretty big. No, I do not want. Fuck you, National Geographic. I don't feel like, okay, let's, watch this at least.
Alright. You had what's
I friggin' hate
crisis. We walked through the desert, and I'm crying. I crumbled to the ground. I was like, oh, thank you.
I frickin' hate YouTube ads. You can't skip them. So apparently this was taken in northwestern or north whatever Washington state. So that's a big honeycomb. Oh yeah. Jesus.
She's moving. Can you wiggle it?
I wouldn't. Don't want to get stung by one of those things.
Oh, now they're both moving. Now they're both. The other one moved as well.
So these things, along with African honeybees, are pretty much one of the reasons why I don't like bees. That and hornets and wasps in general. Don't really care for them.
This is very like Godzilla 2000.
People are gonna freak out.
Same day as we're sitting there, they're scraping the peanut out of my eye with Michelle. My dad calls my mom.
How much more of this video? Alright, I'm exiting out of this video. But let's look at some giant Asian hornets and show how big these things are. So here we see a normal bee, and here is the giant hornet. Like I said, it's about the size of a thumb. Let's see what a sting looks like. So it doesn't really show. Ooh. Ouch. That looks painful. Kind of reminds me of brown recluse bites. But anyways, there is a way to fight the Asian hornets. And one of those ways is by using Japanese honeybees. Now, Japanese honeybees actually have a natural defense against giant Asian hornets, and that's where they all converge to the single hornet, They wrap itself into a tiny ball, and then they generate enough heat to cook the Japanese hornet without hurting the bees, because the bees have adapted to being able to, being able to survive that high of a temperature. So I got really nothing else for the stream, so I just figured I'd share a few things that I caught up over the week. If you like my channel, please